Hello, ohmies. Hi there. So today's class is going to be a little bit more of a flowy flow. And so what I mean by that is we're going to move really slowly and mindfully through the transition. So we're not so worried about going from point A to point C. That's obviously important, but it's the points in B that we're going to follow. And it's really important to me that you do try to move as slowly as possible, that you try to articulate the movements, experiencing either the impatience or the frustration or maybe the sheer joy of being in each moment during the transition. Because while this is going to translate into what you're feeling on the mat, that is also going to change your perspective on how you're dealing with changes in your life. And we're going into a new year, so hey, wow. So, we always want to get there. We're not so much enjoying the journey. We're not so much enjoying being right where we are. And so what a great way then to start with just a little practice here on the mat and getting used to that discomfort or that impatience, and maybe having it be something that feels maybe really good and enjoying it. Or if maybe not that far, not that beneficial, maybe it just have be something that you don't mind as much or that you can accept. So that's a lot to put into 30 minutes, but I think we can do it. Maybe take more than 30 minutes. We're going to find out. With that being said, I'm going to have you start your practice this time sitting up. And you can sit on a block if you prefer. You can sit in hero's pose like I was. If you want to do a little stretch, you can curl your toes under. And that's always good for plantar fasciitis if you're experiencing a lot of that. You can also sit nice and simple, cross-legged. So go ahead and pick your position of choice. Just have it be one that you can sit in comfortably, something that you don't feel like you're going to fidget. And if you do realize that maybe it's uncomfortable, just go ahead and change your position while we start. So let's get to it. All right, sitting in your position of choice. Sitting tall, eyes closed. Hands can be on the lap or on the knees. Good, and just go ahead and just take a few breaths here. Just dropping into that sound of the breath as you inhale and exhale. Experiencing the breath start to slow down and deepen as you give yourself this moment of pause. Let's go ahead and take one more big inhale in. Hold the breath in, lower the head to heart for just a moment. Lift the chin, exhale, let it go. Let's do two more like this. Inhale, big breath in. Hold the breath, lower the chin to the chest. Lift the chin, exhale, let it go. Once you squeezed out the last bit of breath, inhale. Hold the breath, lower the chin to the chest. Just a brief pause. Lift the chin, exhale, let it go. Good. Go ahead and blink the eyes open. And you're going to go ahead and bring your right fingertips to the right side of your head and just gently press your head against the fingertips. So fingers or head are pressing into each other, but not so much that you feel discomfort or you have to like shrug your shoulder and pull your body into the movement. Just a little bit of pressure here. Good. And then go ahead and release. Left fingertips, left side of the head. Gentle pressure. Fingers press into the head. Head presses into the fingers. Good. Good. Go ahead and release. Interlace your fingers behind you. And then go ahead and as the hands make contact with your head, you're going to press your head back into your hands while the hands press into the back of the head. Good. And then release. And go ahead and bring your fingertips to your forehead. So the same thing we've been doing on all three sides. We're going to press the foreheads against our forehead, press the forehead into the fingertips. Just activating the muscles of the neck here, but nothing too strenuous. Excellent. Go ahead and release the hands down. And then you're going to go ahead and let the chin drop to the chest. We're going to do some neck rolls here. So with the chin to the chest, start to bring the chin and the right ear towards the right shoulder. And just continue back, letting the head start to fall back. Chin lifts, coming to center. Head falls over to the left side, left ear, left chin. Chin comes to the middle of the chest. Let's do another one to the right. Right ear, right shoulder. Take your time. I know it's easy to rush through these things. I like to do that too. I like a lot of movement. Left ear towards the left shoulder. But we can feel a lot moving slowly too. The chin comes to the chest. Let's go ahead and reverse. So this time, left chin towards the left shoulder, left ear. Chin lifts. Head falls back. Slowly making our way to the right side. Chin comes to the chest. Rotate once more. Really enjoy the slowness of this. And your slow might be slower than mine, which is not a bad thing. Good. Chin comes to the chest. Slowly lift the chin, blink the eyes open. If you're on the block, you can go ahead and move it out of your way. And we're just going to do a few rounds of cat-cow here. So, shoulders over elbows, over wrists, hips above ankles. Again, we're going to take our time here. So, we're going to inhale. We're going to drop our chest between our shoulders. Lift the chin, drop the belly, lift the tailbone. Big breath in. Hold it here. And then as we exhale, tuck the tailbone first. Belly button towards the spine. Pushing the mat away. Chin towards the chest. Exhale. Good. Let's continue. Inhale. Slowly move through the cow pose. Chin lifts, shoulders away from the ears, tailbone lifts, big arch. Exhale, tailbone tucks, belly button towards the spine. Pushing the mat away, chin towards the chest. Good, let's get another one in here. Inhale, slow and easy. Maybe roll the shoulders back as you go. And then tucking the tailbone. Pushing. Chin towards the chest. Good. And then coming back to neutral. We're going to walk our hands slightly forward of our shoulders. Let's curl the toes under and press back into a bent knee down dog. So if you've already done some sort of movement and you're feeling warmer, no requirement to stay bent knee here. But if this is your first movement of the day, be kind to yourself. Don't expect yourself to come out of the gates warm and ready to go. Don't expect yourself to come out of the gates in perfection. Really, you shouldn't expect perfection ever, but all right. Good. Walking it out, twisting it out. Whatever feels right. Go ahead and play with it. You can bring feet wide. Excellent. And then we're going to come to a still point. And I want you to start to peel forward into plank pose. Nice and slow. Looking forward when you find your plank. Pull the belly button in. Push back to down dog. Press those fingertips into the mat. Good. Inhale. Peel forward. Nice and slow. Exhale, push back. Down dog. Easy, easy. Good. One more time. Peel forward, rippling forward into plank. And then you're going to look forward, and you can either come onto your knees or stay up high, but you're very slowly going to lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Good. So your forehead is going to be on the mat. Microphone, not quite doing that. But we're going to bring our hands under the shoulders, press into the palms, roll the shoulders back, and start to come up into cobra pose. And don't worry about it being a really big cobra. Again, if you're warmer, you might come up a little bit higher than I am here. But I want those hips on the mat, elbows against the ribs. Exhale down. We're going to come into exalted cobra. So you're going to bring your arms out wider into a T shape, but the elbows are still bent. Roll the shoulders back. Press into the fingertips. Gazing forward. Keep sliding the shoulder blades down your back. And then slowly turn your gaze over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Over the left shoulder. Come back to center. Big breath in. Exhale. Come all the way down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Start to press up to plank on knees. Curl the toes under. Press back down dog. Go ahead and walk it out for a moment. Twist it, whatever you want to do. Good. And let's do that plank down dog flow again. So we're going to start to peel, ripple like a wave forward into plank pose. Exhale, press back, down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, peel, look forward, open up the chest, press into the balls of the feet, press the heels away. Good. Press back, down dog, lifting the hips. Good. Last time, peel forward. Good. Press all the way back into down dog. Perfect. From here, I want you to start to step your right foot towards your right hand. Turn that back left foot flat. It's about a 45-degree angle. Right knee's going to stay bent, and you're going to start to come all the way up into Warrior One. And just pause here for a moment. Good. So if you have a more seasoned practice, you're already making your micro adjustments. If you're newer, I want you to think about pulling the right hip back, pressing the left hip forward, shoulders relaxed. Excellent. We're going to interlace our fingers behind us. Remember which thumb is on top. Drive the knuckles down, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, look up if it's right for your neck. Pause here for a moment. And then as we exhale, we're going to come out and over slightly to the inside of the right leg. Press the palms together. Now push the knuckles away and then start to lift. Let the head relax here. Breathe. Keep the shoulders rolling open. Good. Start to pull yourself all the way back up. Release the arms up and overhead. Good. Go ahead and bring your hands to your hips. We're going to walk that back left foot in a little bit so we're closer. We're going to straighten that right leg. Yay. Good. Squaring off your hips with that short edge of the front of the mat. So we have the shorter stance. Big breath in. Exhale out and over the right leg. Keep coming out and over, nice and slow. Hands can come down to the mat. If you do have a block, you're welcome to bring your hands onto the block if that's your preference. And you can always bend that right knee. You're still going to get a big stretch through the back of the right leg if you do that. Just stay with the breath here. Pause. Sometimes we're slow in the transition. Sometimes we're slow in the destination. Perfect. Then put a bend in your right knee. Plant both hands on the mat. Step back to down dog. Let's go ahead and do our down dog plank flow. Inhale, rippling forward. Exhale, pulling back with the hips. Inhale, rippling forward. Exhale, pressing back with the hips. Inhale, rippling forward. Exhale, pressing back with the hips. Take a big breath here in down dog. Exhale it out. Good. Opposite side, step that left foot forward. Turn that back right foot flat. Start to come up into your warrior one. Arms up and overhead. So take that pause here. Little adjustments. And if you find that you're puffing your chest out, start to pull the arms wider, knit the ribs above the hips, or maybe even less bend in the left leg. Good. Interlace the fingers, opposite thumb. And if you forgot which it is, it's usually the one that feels weird. Drive the knuckles down, roll the shoulders back, inhale, look up, hold here for a moment. Steady, steady. And then we're going to exhale out and over that left leg, slightly to the inside. Press our palms together, drive the knuckles away, then start to lift the hands off the tailbone. And so often, people will want to lift so high that they drop their shoulders in. Don't be so committed to high hands. Be more committed to open shoulders or open front of the chest. Perfect. Inhale, start to pull yourself all the way up. Arms up and overhead, releasing. Hands come to the hips. Walk that back right foot in a little bit. Straighten both legs. Square off the hips. Big breath in. Exhale. Let's come out and over that left leg. Our hands making their way to the mat or a block. Option to bend the front left knee. You might find that one leg wants to bend or needs a bend. The other one doesn't. Roll with it. We all have sides that are a little bit different from one another. Injuries, dominant side, all that stuff. It's not a negative thing. It's just part of who you are. Good. And then go ahead and put a slight bend in that left knee. Plant both hands on the mat. Step both feet back. Perfect. Let's do our flow. Peel forward. Plank. Press back. Down dog. Let the head drop. Peel forward. Plank. Hips pull up and back. Belly button in. Down dog. One last round. Press back. Down dog. Perfect. From here, you're going to go ahead and step both feet forward. Good. Inhale, come up halfway, slide the hands up the shins. Exhale, pulse back down. Yep, we're doing more. Inhale, slide back up, look forward, lengthen, open up the heart. Exhale, slide back down. One more time. Inhale, come up, lengthen. Exhale, slide back down. Good. Go ahead and let the head drop. I have no idea if my microphone's picking up that snoring bulldog, but if you want to sway it out side to side, if you want to hug opposite elbows, whatever you want to do here, just kind of hang it out. Enjoy. Good. And then you're going to start to bend your knees. Find yourself in chair pose. So sinking back, biceps by the ears. Good. Keep sinking into the squat. Press your knees together, zipping them up together. Good. And then also at the same time, feel like you're going to want to press your knees apart. There's going to be no movement. It's very subtle, but really sticking into your chair pose here. We're going to bring our hands to heart in prayer. Left elbow to the right knee. Press the palms together while the elbows move away from each other and twist. Good. So take a look. Try to keep your left knee in alignment with your right. And if that means that you're backing off the twist a little bit, back off the twist a little bit. We want to make sure that you're twisting safely through the vertebrae and not just using your hips. Good. Inhale, arms up and overhead. I know you want to straighten those legs. We're not going to do it yet. Back to heart center, right elbow, left knee. Press the palms towards each other, rotating the sternum towards your thumbs. Knees level. Excellent. Inhale, arms up and overhead, reach. Exhale, bow. You can go ahead and heel toe your feet about hips width apart and just hang out here. Go ahead and come out of it. Easy peasy, that's all. Excellent. And then from here, you're going to inhale, come up, sliding up. Exhale, slide down. Inhale, slide up and lengthen. Exhale, slide down. This time a little bit different. We're going to inhale, come all the way up, 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 up to standing. Hands meet, draw through heart center. And we're going to step back with our right leg. Good, and start to find a wide-legged forward, just a wide-legged stance. We're going to turn heels and toes out. Bring your arms out nice and wide. Right elbow underneath left. Wrap the arms in Garudasana. You might look more like this. You might look more like this. Everybody's different, but you're going to push the elbows forward and up. Shoulders slide down the back. Bend the knees, sink. Keep pressing the knees back. Excellent. Sinking, sinking. Steady with the breath. Start to slowly push yourself back up. Unravel the arms, reach out nice and wide. This time left elbow underneath right. Rep. Good, bend the knees, slowly sink. Nice, controlled movement here. Good. Slowly press into those heels as you press yourself up. Arms reach out nice and wide. Good, and then we're going to turn the toes forward, slightly out. And I want you to start to rock over towards your right-hand side. Right knee bends, left leg straight, arms reach. So we're just going to skater it. Skater over to the left, sink, back to the right. Good, stay nice and low. Slow and easy to the left. Slow and easy to the right. Slow and easy to the left. Try to stay low. Try not to pop up. Slow and easy to the right. To the left. To the right. We're going to change it this time. I want you to start to turn your feet, and you're going to come into a low lunge here. So you're on the ball of the left foot. Right knee drives forward. Left heel drives back. Looking forward. Good. Nice and simple. Start to press yourself back up. Turn those feet back for your skater. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Hold. Same thing. We're going to start to turn, finding ourselves in a low lunge. Pushing the right heel back. Heart opens. Big stretch through the front of the right hip here. Maybe some other places, but that's the biggest one I feel. Good. Start to turn all the way back up. We're going to come back up to a wide-legged stance with our feet parallel, hands on the hips, roll the shoulders back, big breath in. Exhale, hinge the hips, lean out and over. Let the hands come down to the mat, let the head drop, and just enjoy this. Easy, easy. So if you like to grab your big toes or if you like to walk your hands back, just kind of find whatever works for you. You can bring the feet wider or narrower. Again, you've got that block. You want to bring your forehead to a block. We're here for a second. Indulge. Good, and then hands come to the hips. Start to pull yourself all the way up, up, up. Once more. We're going to turn back towards the front of the mat. Step back to down dog. Good, let's get ready to do our down dog plank flow. Peel forward into plank. Pull back into down dog. Peel forward. Plank. Press back. Down dog. Forward. Plank. Back. Down dog. From down dog, I want you to start to bend your knees, slowly bringing them to the mat. You can stay as you are. I'm going to turn forward so you can see a little bit better. But from my tabletop position, I'm going to cross my right leg in front of my left. And then you want to start to walk your feet out about mat's width apart. Having your block or a pillow handy could be nice. So you have a place to put the tuchus you sit on. If you don't need a block, if you can easily, comfortably at the very least, come all the way down to the mat, go ahead and do so. And you want to have your knees stacking. And so you might have some space. It's really okay. It's just depending upon how tight you are today. Don't worry about it looking exactly the same as me. So we're in a half cow face pose, and we're just going to keep it half cow face. So go ahead and sit tall. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to lean out and over. You can either rest your chin on your knee. You have that blanket or block handy, someplace to rest. Everybody's going to be different. So kind of find where you can be, and you might not even be folding this far. If you're up here supported and you're still feeling a big stretch, that works too. Nice and easy. And start to walk yourself up nice and slow. We're going to start to prop ourselves all the way back up to our tabletop. Go ahead and uncross those legs. Even out. We're going to do a big cat-cow here. So inhale. Remember, slow. Big inhale. Belly drops. Tailbone lifts. Chin lifts. And then exhale. Tuck the tailbone. Belly button towards the spine. Pushing the mat away, chin towards the chest. Come back to neutral. This time you're going to cross that left leg in front of the right. Remember, we're walking those heels out at least mat's width apart, if not wider. If you need something to sit on, bring that by. If you're choosing to sit straight on the mat, go ahead and bring it down. Fingertips on the mat, get nice and tall, lengthen, and then start to come out and over. So this is another reminder. Left and right side can be very different from one another. My left side definitely feels this a great deal more than my right side, which is curious. It's usually the opposite. I guess we're moving into new times. Good, just hold steady, relaxing. You're going to start to lean forward. Start to make yourself back into that tabletop shape. Let's do our nice slow cat-cow here. Inhale, dropping the belly, shoulders back, chin lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, pushing the mat away, chin towards the chest. Good, and then coming back to neutral, I'll turn so you can see. You're going to find the child's pose of your choice. So you might like toes together, knees as wide as the mat. You might like your knees closer together. And you're just going to sit the heels, you're going to sit back on your heels. And you can go ahead and let your arms come forward. Just take a few breaths here. Maybe imagining as your third eye center is grounded on the mat, you're inhaling that grounding energy from the earth into you. Exhaling, feeling a little bit heavier, a little bit more centered. And then you're going to lift your forehead just enough that it comes off the mat. Walk both hands off the left side of the mat. Maybe walk the right hand slightly forward to the left. Let the head drop. Big side body stretch here. And start to walk back through center. Head is lifted just enough that you can move. Start to walk over to the right. Left arm walks slightly forward of the right. Let that head drop. Big left side body stretch. Come back to center once more. Now this time, if your knees are already together, stay as you are. If they're far apart, bring your knees together. I want you to come onto the crown of your head, grab your heels, and start to press up into a little rabbit pose. Good, really arching the back. Slowly lower. Good, come up to seated. Yay! All right, lengthwise on the mat, facing forward. You're going to go ahead, let's start with the bent left knee. Right leg out to the side. We're going to let our right arm fall to the inside of the right leg. Left arm up and over, reaching towards the toes. So if you're having a toe reaching day, awesome. Apparently today is not a toe reaching day for me. Sometimes that happens. Good. Now you're going to start to turn towards your right leg, your arms on either side of the right leg. So a little bit of a twist, and try to keep both hips grounded as much as you can. I have my right foot flexed. I'm keeping my right leg active and engaged. Start to walk yourself slowly up. Excellent. Go ahead and switch sides. Left leg long, right knee bends. Left arm to the inside of the left leg, right arm up and over. So another note, you might find that it's really stiff first coming into the side. We were just on the other side for a second, so give your body a chance to catch up. And turn your gaze towards your left knee, hands on either side of the left leg. Start to twist and fold. Start to walk your hands slowly up. Lean into the hands. You can bring them both forward. Give them a shake. One more stretch sitting up. Legs long. Arms up and overhead. Nice slow transition. Coming out and over. Over. Keep the biceps by the ears. Over. Over. Once you have found your max, you can go ahead and let your hands drop to where they will. So you might be grabbing toes. You might be grabbing your shins. You might be more upright. But you might find that your insistence on the toes has you in a C curve like this. You're still getting a stretch through the back, but you're not getting through the hamstrings. If you want to get hamstrings, try to stay nice and long through the torso, nice and straight through the torso. Good. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Hands come down. Remove your battery pack. And then you're going to make it so your knees are bent. When you're going to come onto your back, your head's going to land on the mat. So just make sure that you're on your mat enough that your head will land on it. I like to hook my hands underneath my knees and roll back one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Bring the feet mat width apart. You're going to let both knees drop over to the right-hand side. Reach the left arm out to the left side. Option to turn your gaze over the left shoulder. I have my right hand on my belly, but you can reach your right arm out long if you prefer. Gaze comes up to center. Knees come up to center. Realign if you need to. Right arm reaches out to the right side. Both knees fall over to the left. Option to turn the gaze over the right shoulder. Good. Gaze comes up to center. Knees come up to center. Go ahead and hug your knees to your chest. And if you like, you can bring your forehead to your chest, squish your face up, ball your fists. Just tight, 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 tight. Any last squeeze, last bit of energy. And then you can come all the way down into Shavasana. If you have time to stay here, please indulge yourself. This is your reward. But if you have things to do that cannot wait, go ahead and start to turn onto your side. Push yourself all the way up to seated. This is my cannot wait. Sitting tall. Let's take one final breath. I'm going to have my hands on my knees here. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Blink the eyes open. Thank you all very much for enjoying this slower vinyasa flow. I hope you enjoyed or learned something new about yourself moving slowly through transitions. And yeah, if you want more of this style or other styles of yoga that I offer, go ahead and like, follow, and subscribe. There's my little logo on the bottom. You can click on that and it'll take you to it. And you'll be notified when new content comes up, which is every week. So thank you very much for joining me. Gunnar thanks you. Go forth and be awesome. Namaste.